Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Bringing Division video. What I guess today is the most underrated build in my opinion right now in the game. I'm not saying this is the best build in the game. I'm not saying this is the build that you're going to use and magically drop like 30-40 kills in Last Stand. But I am saying if you're tired of using the Striker, the Predamark, the Nomad, stuff like that, and you want to use something a little bit different, you could make this build and do a lot of damage and have a lot of fun with this. It's a really good kind of support build, and obviously you can use it by yourself. There's plenty of times I use this build and, you know, done well. So as I said, it's an underrated build in my mind. If you guys want to make it, feel free. Really quick before I show you guys the build, I do want to announce the winner. If you guys didn't know, I was holding a giveaway for the past week. And the winner is this guy. His name is Randy Walker. Congratulations, bro. Respond to me in the comments or just comment down below. I'll get your Twitter or something like that. And you can let me know if you want a PSN gift card, Xbox, or a Steam. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this build. So what I'm talking about is this. This is actually a 6-piece classified final measures build. And as I said, in my mind, this is a build you normally don't see a lot, especially for Last Stand or Skirmish. As you guys know, in those game modes, everyone pretty much throws nades. That's their initial attack, I guess you could say. So if you're running this build, you do not have to rely on your immune station or your teammates, stuff like that. You could just walk around and be like a kind of tank on the map. Not only that, you also get a lot of exotic damage resilience, which is really good if you're using this build and you hate pretty much running against Predamark builds. Predamark builds against this build are really nothing. You're not going to get bled a lot. You're still going to, bleed obviously, but it's not going to be, anywhere close to what it normally is with like 50% or 60% exotic damage resilience you get with this. So really quickly, I want to show you guys the weapons, what I'm using. So obviously I have the House with Deadly, Unforgiving, and Car Counter talent. With this build, you can use a SMG, but if you want to use a AR, I would recommend using something with Predatory. Like this one, I have Predatory, Vicious, and Responsive. Because with this, you don't really have that much healing. If you're going against like a Nomad build or a team of Striker, you might get folded. But obviously if you're running with a group, it's going to be a little bit easier. So using Predatory with this build is really smart. Normally I use this for Skirmish, so it's a 4v4, so I don't really need Predatory. So that's why I'm using the House, but if you want to use this for like Last Stand or the Dark Zone, I would recommend using the Lightweight M4 with Predatory. As for the weapon mods, I'm using everything critical hit chance, critical hit damage. That's pretty much the thing you guys want on all your weapons, no matter what you're using. And that's that. As for the gear mods, I'm using everything with stamina and exotic damage resilience. You already have a lot of exotic damage resilience, but the additional, it doesn't really hurt. And, if you're using a submachine gun, the critical hit chance is already there. If you want to use an AR, as I said, you could probably switch this out to like stamina and crit chance mods or firearms and crit chance. It's really up to you. And lastly, I do have first aid self heals, and although I do not have that much skill power and electronics on this build, making your heal you a little bit more is kind of important, and that's why I'm using it. Moving to the actual gear, so on my chest piece, I'm using health, skill haste, ammo capacity, and firearms. Normally, you want to use exotic damage resilience. Unfortunately, my chest piece kind of sucks, so I can't use that. But if you have a good one, definitely use exotic damage resilience and health. It's pretty much the best in slots. Next up for the mask, we're using firearms, skill power, burn resistance. Once again, my mask kind of sucks. I wish I had critical hit chance. And for this, you don't really need exotic damage resilience. You already have a lot of it. So I would recommend using critical hit chance on the mask if you can. Moving down to the knee pads, we have stamina, health, burn resistance, shock resistance, and disorient resistance. For the backpack, I'm using stamina, health, and bleed resistance. Once again, pretty simple over here. Moving down to the gloves, we're using SMG damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage with firearms. And last but not least on my holster, I'm using critical hit chance once again. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. As I said, in my opinion, this is a very underrated build. If you guys are struggling against Predamark, if you guys are getting annoyed of nades and stuff like that, definitely make this build and try it out and see how you like it. Really quickly, the final thing I do want to show you guys are my character stats. So for the weapon damage, we're sitting at 20,000, 42% critical hit chance, 111% critical hit damage. Next up for the max health, I'm sitting at 352,000, which is pretty good, I would say. It's not the best, it's not the worst either. And then the final thing I do want to show you guys are my exotic damage resilience numbers, which I'm sitting at 52% right now. Keep in mind, this is without EDR on my chest piece and my mask because, as I said, my gear kind of sucks. But if you were to get that on your build, you'll be sitting at 74% EDR, which is pretty insane, and that's pretty, I think that's the most you can have. Maybe you can have a little bit more, but besides that, 74% is a lot. Anyways, that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I respond to all my comments. But once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Trap house.